Good day from Tokyo Disney. It has been quite some time since I have been to this park, and they are currently celebrating their 40th anniversary. Kind of hard to believe this park has been around that long. So let's check it out and see what they've got to offer. Already scanned the ticket and we're walking in to the World Bazaar, and you can see the 40th anniversary sign right above. It is quite busy already because the park has just opened. And here we are at the World Bazaar, and you can see the castle in the distance. Perfect for those rainy days. This thing really does help. Something I never really noticed before, they don't have all of the names in the windows. It looks like there's some writing up over there, but that might be for the shops themselves. It is funny because the path branches off and everyone's going to Tomorrowland, straight towards the castle. No one's coming left the Adventureland route, so I think I will take that one. Here's a bit of a preview of some of the merchandise for the 40th. These are all snack boxes, more candies, and more snacks. I do want to mention that I know Universal here does this. I didn't know Disney did it, but they let people in early. So I got in the park about 20 minutes before the park opened. So keep in mind, if you're coming to Tokyo Disney or Universal Japan, go ahead and get in line really early because they will more than likely let you in before the park officially opens. I saw this huge line already, and I think it's actually for the waffles. A little surprising to see that people just come in and straight away go in line for the waffle. Adventureland definitely looks a lot more empty. Let's go ahead and check out Pirate. All right, this wait should only be about a minute or two, as you'll see all the boats coming in have no one in them. So this will be the first ride of the morning. Now it all makes sense. As I'm waiting here wondering why the line isn't moving, you'll see a cast member up there stopping everybody. So it is 5 minutes till 9. So the park opens and you can walk around, but you can't actually get on any attractions until 9.
Strike their colors in brazen ways. No need to expose your superstructure.
What do you want, Captain Jack Sparrow? You'll never find the treasure without a look at this here map and this lovely key.
Castles of scoundrels, villains and knaves, drink up me, Hardy Show Home. The devils and blacks, you really bad eggs, drink up me, Hardy Show Home. Drink up, lads. There's treasure enough for all.
I really like the theming here in the Pirates of the Caribbean store. And one of the coolest things they have in here, they got a crystal skull. That is neat. Yeah, the Pirates here is great. I kind of forgot about some of the differences from Disneyland. It's very similar, except here there's only one drop at the beginning instead of two. The path is slightly different, but the biggest change is at the end, you get off before you would go up the ramp, which makes a lot of sense because they were able to offload, I think, 2 or 3 boats at a time down there instead of them getting backed up at Disneyland where you have to go up one at a time, and it takes forever. So that's a pretty smart improvement, meaning that when the boats come up at the beginning, like I was pointing out, they're always going to be empty because you get off the ride the level below. Going through New Orleans Square, they do have a Blue Bayou as well. It was kind of funny to ride Pirates and see the Blue Bayou being empty as it's not open yet. Unfortunately, no Club 33 though. Next up is the Jungle Cruise, which doesn't look like it has a long wait. We'll see because this whole queue isn't being used. And again, the park has just recently opened. Another neat note is the railroad is right next to it. All right, 5-minute wait for Jungle Cruise. Just as entertaining here as anywhere else, because they really get into it, the skippers do. Yeah, that's great, no line at all.
でもものすごく怪しい雰囲気なんかちょっと怖いです。
I think that's definitely the best version of the Jungle Cruise out there. It's close to the Disney World one, but they have some awesome additions like the projections in the cave, and it seems like it's different every time because they have 3 different charms on the top of the boat. There's an elephant, a monkey, and I forgot what the other one was, but it changes every time. And funny thing is they have Trader Sam here still, but instead of selling shrunken heads, he's selling those charms. So he's holding up the charms to sell, which is kind of funny. So I'm glad they keep some of the old school stuff here as well. I forgot they have a Swiss Family Robinson treehouse here, but it is currently closed. I feel like it's been closed for quite a while. And there's the sign over there. I never noticed these tikis they have over here before. Pretty cool little scenery display along with the flower as well. Over by the Enchanted Tiki Room, they have the Polynesian restaurant. And you can see they have Stitch's ship here with the little Lucky Duckling, the Ugly Duckling book, I mean. And that is because, of course, the version here has Stitch involved. It's a pretty cool show. Might check it out later. And just like that, we transition to Frontierland. This is really cool over here. I like the water supply because these are vending machines in disguise. Although it's not open yet, the first popcorn cart that I ran into is curry popcorn, where you can get a cool Winnie the Pooh bucket, but the best part is the spinner is Big Al. That is so cool. I'm gonna have to check back at some point and watch him in action. Also fantastic that they have the Country Bear Jamboree here. Gonna need that later for a foot brake. And I still can't get over how wide some of these pathways are. Look at this, there's so much room. Looks like they have Jessie out doing meet and greets. First character I've seen today. Wow, I was excited to go do Big Thunder, but here's the line. You can see the sign over there. I think I will have to check on that one later. A little strange seeing a Main Street vehicle over here, because you've got Fantasyland is where it just came from, and it's heading over to Frontierland. Maybe they're taking it out of service? I like how this sign has Brer Rabbit on it. We'll take a look at the wait over at Splash Mountain. Currently it is sitting at a 40-minute wait. And I do love the theming over here at Grandma Sarah's kitchen. Very cool. 15 minutes for the Haunted Mansion, so let's go ahead and check it out. They're not using the extended queue, and we're going straight into the manor. No gravestones to the left. We saw them a little bit earlier. But how cool is the sign? That is awesome. As I walk out of the Haunted Mansion, we've got Captain Hook here, along with some of the dwarves. They're hard to see though, because they're so short. The Queen of Hearts Banquet Hall has some really good food last time. I might check it out now if the wait isn't too long. Here we go. Wow, there is like nobody in here. We go through the door. Very nice in here. Going down the path. Really cool how it changes once you enter the castle to the kitchen. Take a look at this. And then they've got some special 40th anniversary items here. You got the cake, and you get to keep the cups and plates for some of these. Like this plate, you get to keep. You can get a whole mini cake. Here is the rest of the menu. Last time I got the salmon, and I think I'm gonna get that again because it was so tasty. They did change though their ratatouille that they make. It's a little bit different looking now. There's also a berry and cheese drink. Take a look at everything out here you can grab. Something I want to point out too is they got rid of all the plastic barriers. I remember last time being here they had all of the plastic up. And also it's kind of obvious, but you don't have to wear a mask anymore. I was standing there staring at the cake for too long, so I had to try it. So that is 600 yen, which is about $4 US right now. And then the baked salmon with the seafood cream sauce and this little risotto thing, which looks really good. And this was 2,100 yen. Sorry, this was 1,500 yen, so that's about $11. Great deal. This Cheshire Cat here is really cool, but something I want to point out is all the restaurants have these free water stations. Alright, Queen of Hearts restaurant was fantastic, as always. I like the change they did with the risotto. It was really good. It's just I wish there was more of it. And that dessert cake was really good too. I was a little surprised by that because with Japanese desserts, usually the prettier they are, the less sweet, less good that they are. So they didn't compromise on flavor at all. They managed to make it look nice and taste great as well. Walking into the Beauty and the Beast themed area in Fantasyland, this area is so cool and Gaston's Tavern is really good. So we'll check that out later maybe. And the wait time for Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is currently at a 65-minute wait. So we'll head over to Tomorrowland. Unfortunately, Space Mountain is closed at the moment. Not broken down, closed, so this was planned. Star Tours only has a 10-minute wait, so we'll do that. But I like the building, and that's actually the exit up there for the ride. I kind of forgot this first room has a star speeder up there. Very cool. Something interesting I'm just noticing here is that they have the departures and arrivals in Arabic, English, and Japanese. So it will switch between all three instead of two. The hitchhiking ghost droids are such a cool addition that I wish every park had. We've looped back around to the World Bazaar, and it's kind of funny because you have these Donald and Mickey block builds in front of this toy store. It's always fun to just walk around Main Street, or in this case World Bazaar stores, just to look at some of the theming. And they have some of the best random little box toys you can get. You got Monsters Inc. over here. You got the gang. Popcorn rollers, all sorts of stuff. Oh, that's cool. Haunted Mansion, and you actually get a Doom Buggy and a track. And that one's a set. Or you could buy the full set, or you could buy them individually. Okay, so this guarantees all of them. Or you can get them at random. And more Haunted Mansion. These nano blocks were really fun, and it looks like they have some new ones. The new ones I'm seeing are the Beauty and the Beast Castle. And then you've got the Mickey flower bed at the entrance to the park. And of course, they still have the full park map one, the riverboat with station, the electrical light parade, and this one single float from the parade. Finally getting to the hub of the park after kind of making a lap around. And I just can't believe how much space there is in here. I know I mentioned it before, but this park is very large. I totally forgot they had a plaza restaurant here, probably because it's in such a weird spot. The castle's directly to the right of it. I don't think I've ever actually walked over here, but there is a long line for the plaza restaurant. It might be because they have some of the special 40th anniversary stuff. If you take a look, they have a special set, special sweet set. Another great thing is the Cinderella Castle walkthrough. So instead of Cinderella's Royal Table, there's a walkthrough attraction similar to the one at Disneyland. Your crystal store is also located in the castle, which seems a lot more fitting than its location on Main Street and the other parks. I think they even have a massive crystal castle. They've got some smaller ones. Somewhere in here I remember there being a huge one. Hard at work over here crafting what looks like a rose. And there it is, the Crystal Castle, which has its own rotating platform here for just over 5 million yen. Alright, let's check out Pooh's Honey Hunt. This one it says a 40-minute wait, and we've got a little ways to go, but this is one of the most popular attractions here. In Pooh's Corner, they have a lot of this Pooh's Dream merchandise, which is really cool because I always thought the Heffalumps and Woozles song and scene was the best part. Take a look at this mug. It's really cool. And then they have a whole wall of more stuff. You can get bed sheets, a tissue box, they have a incense. They've even got little slippers and a nightshirt set. That's what you get. Really cool. They also have these souvenir medallion books. So it's basically the pressed pennies that you have in the States, but in here they provide the copper for you. This can hold a lot. I'm pretty excited because I've never gotten to ride this version of Splash Mountain, and I'm very curious to see what it's like. I don't think you'll get as wet though, because that tends to be the case with most of the rides here in Japan. They also have canoes here. And another thing that's a little odd is how the entrance is over on the left side of the mountain itself. This queue is super cool because the ride actually starts here inside of a massive cave. About to go up the mountain. Here's where we get a good view of the park.
Take that frown, turn it upside down, and soon you'll find you're here to stay. Everybody's got a laughing place to go. Come on in, we follow there, and you'll find us, I know.
Alright, that being my first time on that version of Splash Mountain, I have to say it is definitely the best one. It's essentially similar to the one in Orlando. However, the queue is really cool. It's like going through a cave and there's multi-levels. Unfortunately, I couldn't really show it because my camera doesn't do well in low light. And the other reason that makes it better is you don't actually get very wet. I was sitting in the third row and barely got water, just little splashes just on the side, and that's it. So you don't have to worry about soaked shoes because Splash Mountain is a ride that's fun to go on, but you don't want to go on it every day, especially if it's not very hot out, because you get soaked. There is a ton of people in the hub because the parade is going on. I must say, they do a good job with the routes here to get you around it. Alright, that is going to do it here from Tokyo Disneyland today. Really great to be back, and a lot of it is kind of unchanged, but it's great to see the 40th anniversary stuff. All the food was good, I liked the cake, and it was pretty neat to see a new parade coming by. So definitely enjoying it here. It's a great time to come because the crowds are a little less than they usually are. So now's the time to visit. Well, that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching. The caravan is moving on.